My name is Dara. This is 30 minutes, really quick. We're gonna go through some core strength, a little bit of a yoga warm-up, nothing too crazy. Modify as needed. I am a physical therapist as well as a strength coach, yogi, endurance athlete. Join me, modified for all levels. Fairly advanced stuff, but I will show you guys options. So join me, subscribe to the channel to get notifications of live class. Weights are optional if you have them. Grab a weight, not needed, always suggested, right? Maximize, optimize your core work. So optional, let's start off in standing. We're gonna go through a little bit of a yoga warm-up, nothing too crazy, just to get warmed up, right? Just to get our body moving, take it down onto the mat. We've got 3 moves today: advanced core strength, stretch, done. That's it for class. Join me, come to the back of your mat. So again, just a quick little yoga warm-up, just to get the body moving, right? Just checking in, seeing how everything is feeling. Reach to the sky, inhale, lengthen. Get some length, tall spine, crown of the head to the ceiling. Root your feet into the ground, lengthen, elongate. Get some space in your spine, reach. And then on your exhale, forward fold, bring the arms all the way down, shake it out, release any tension. Knees are nice and soft. Keep your back nice and supple, supported. Knees are soft. Shake it out, release any tension, let it go. Take one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back, straighten out those knees. Get a nice stretch in your hamstrings, brace with your abs, hold it here. I'm gonna give you guys lots of cues through class. Again, I'm a PT, so I'm always being mindful of injury prevention. Hold it here, tuck the chin, and then bring your hands down, step back into plank. Have a little bit of planks in our warm-up. So if planks aren't always happy for your shoulders or wrists or whatever, just modify, please, right? Listen to your body. Hold it here. Spread your fingers wide. Push away from the mat. Engaged shoulders. One breath. Abs brace. Tuck the chin. And then exhale, knees down, slowly lower chaturanga. Nice and controlled elbows. Close to my sides. Uncurl your toes. Press yourself up into a little baby back bend. Little baby cobra. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Engage your lats. Those big muscles that stabilize and support your back. Engage them. Hold here. And then exhale back down. Uncurl your toes, push yourself back, downward facing dog. Bring your booty up high to the sky. That is the entire flow. We're gonna go through that 2 more times. Pedal those feet out. Give your calf and ankles a nice little stretch. If you're a runner, cyclist, you got tight calves, got tight hamstrings, got tight ankles, this is your chance to stretch them out. Use this downward dog just to get some flexibility. And then let's go through that sequence again. Walk your hands back to your feet. Rolling up slowly, articulate through your spine. Get that spine moving. We need a supple spine, right? We want mobility and strength. Inhale, reach to the sky, round 2. Lengthen crown of the head to the ceiling, ears over shoulders, tall posture. Exhale, forward fold. Knees are soft, shake it out. Let go of all that tension, let it go. Let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, straighten the knees. Hinge, this is your hip hinge. Deadlift, hinge, right? Learn the position, hinging at the hips. Abs are engaged. Hands come down, step back into plank. Number 2, strong shoulders engaged. Push away from the mat, spread the fingers wide. Abs are braced, tuck the chin. One breath, tall plank. Exhale, either knees down or all the way down. Chaturanga, control. Good way to work on your push-up strength, right? A little bit of that lowering down from chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. If you want to come all the way up, again, this should feel really nice on the spine, so not like it's pinching into your lower back. So a couple of cues. Pull the shoulder blades down. That's your lats. Engage those mid-back muscles, your big lat muscles. So stabilize, support your spine this way. And then a little bit of abs. A little bit of bracing with your abs so that you're not just crunching into that lower back. Nice extension of the spine. Exhale back down. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. We've got one more flow just like this. Then we're moving on. If you've got your weights, we're gonna add them next, totally optional, to our chair pose, AKA our squat. That is gonna finish out our warm-up. Walk your hands back to your feet, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, head coming up last. Again, weights are always optional. I like to get them into core work. Just get more strength, right? Inhale, reach, last time. Exhale, forward fold, bring the arms down. Release. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, just do a nice and easy vinyasa flow here. Hands come down. You don't need to be a yoga master to get something good out of a little bit of yoga, right? Exhale, lower however you want, knees or all the way down. Up dog or cobra. Nice extension. We spend all of our lives hunched over things. Let's get some extension in the spine. Spine needs to be supple, mobile, moving all directions, not just slunched, hunched over things all day. Extension. Exhale back down. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. We're moving on. Let's hold this pose just for a second, just to get a little bit of that calf stretch in, that whole backside of the body. Give it a little bit of stretch. If you're like me, you got tight calves, you feel this. Last breath here, then weights are optional for the finishing of our warm-up. Again, we're gonna finish with some chair pose, and then we get right into our core series of 3. Walk your hands back to your feet. Come to the middle of your mat. Weights are optional, okay? If you got weights, this is basically your squat. Goblet squat here. Elbows close to my sides, pull the shoulders back, my chest is up. Not here, right? So close to my chest. So if I'm doing my goblet squat, I'm gonna have my weights here. If you've got 2 weights, you wanna have them at your sides. If you don't have weights, that's cool too, right? You can just do a chair pose. So chair, I'm gonna start from the ground up. I like to suggest, maybe a little bit different than traditional yoga, give yourself a nice wide stance. A lot of us who have those tight hips, give your feet some space. Otherwise, you're gonna start doing weird things in the hips and bug your back. So nice wide stance, maybe wider than shoulder width, right? Starting from the ground up, root my feet into the ground, draw the arches up to help pull the knees out and to engage your booty, right? Arms go overhead if you don't have weights. Come down into my chair pose and then back up, right? So a little bit of a dynamic chair. I'm gonna give you a side view. I wanna sink back into my chair pose. That's your squat. Same thing, goblet squat, same thing, dumbbell squat here. Sitting back, sit that booty down and back. Maintaining this here. Bracing with my abs, my chest is open, right? So I'm here, not here, and then I'm gonna reach, right? If you've got the weights, you're just doing squats, right? However it feels comfortable. Driving down the middle. Shin is relatively vertical. I'm sitting back. Everyone's squat's gonna be a little different. Some of you guys may need to lean a little bit more forward, and some of you guys may need to be a little bit more up and down. That depends on your body type, right? A lot of different reasons. Coming up and down, again, just using this as our warm-up, just getting our hips moving, our ankles moving. Your squat is a great way to get some mobility, not just strength, right? I'm doing my strength in my hips, my glutes, my quads, my core, maybe my back, but I'm also sinking nice and deep into my hips, my knees, my ankles. Use this as an opportunity to work on some flexibility as well, right? Control here. How low can I get into my squat without kind of curling over, maintaining this nice open back? Again, we're just using this as our warm-up. We're not going super heavy, but a little bit of weights. Never a bad idea. Maintaining here. Knees are out, glutes engaged, sinking back into my squat. I'm making sure I'm not driving my knees too far forward. I'm sinking back. Let's do a few more, and then that's it for the warm-up. We got some abs to do. 2 more here. Get low. 1 more time. Boom, that is it. Done. Save the weights. We will add them into the core series if you want. Again, optional. Always optional with the weights. We do have them in today's workout. Let's finish with cat-cow. Mobility of the spine. Who doesn't like a nice little easy cat-cow? Just should feel nice, right? I always tell my patients, my clients, all this stuff should be feeling good. If something's not feeling good, if it's hurting, if there's a move that's not really feeling right to your body, modify or take it out, right? Everyone's built differently. We all have different flexibility, different body types, different strength. Finishing up your cat-cow. I do like this one because almost everybody kind of feels good doing this one. Articulate through your spine, meaning get all those vertebrae, all those joints to move. If you feel sticky spots, work through them. Use your breath. Inhale. Exhale 1 more time. Getting into that rib cage. Exhale. And then that is it. Come into seated. We've got a Russian twist first move. Obliques, Russian twist. Weights are optional. Then we're going to be on our back for the rest of class. So we've got Russian twist and seated. Weights are totally optional. We've got a little bit more on our back with some deeper core work, and then we're finishing with a hold and a flutter kick. Challenging stuff. Again, weights are optional. This is your first seated position here. Find this tall posture, not here, here, right? From there, I'm gonna add the weights if you want to that Russian twist, nice little seated spinal twist. If this doesn't feel good, right? If you're like, I don't like this on my back, whatever, come onto your back and just do some bicycle crunches, right? So again, obliques is the primary group for this. This is our first move, so starting with this. So join me. We've got a nice long set. 3 rounds, 3 moves, that's it. Join me for class every week. We have different core exercises. Again, your core is not just your abs, right? It's a little bit of glutes, a little bit of back, a little bit of abs, a little bit of obliques, a little bit of pelvic floor, a little bit of breath work, deep diaphragmatic work, right? All of that. Even your upper body, right? Some days we do more planks. Some days we do more hollow body holds. Today we have a kind of a modified hollow body hold, challenging last move. So this is gonna get progressively harder and harder. It's only got 3 moves. They're not easy though, right? So again, if you don't have the weights, totally fine. You can come into your Russian twist. You can also do elevated, right? Challenging your balance, right? So I always like to have my clients kind of focus, like, what is the intention, and stay focused. If you have a heavy weight, I suggest you just keep the feet down and you really focus on rotation, maintaining that upright posture, crown of the head to the ceiling, right? And really getting that full engagement of obliques. If you don't have the weights and you really want to work a little bit more on your balance, right? Which is challenging to your core as well, just in a different way, then focus on that, right? I like to use the heavier weights. That's just me, right? Because I'm going for a little bit of that strength and that muscle hypertrophy, a little bit of ab definition. So for me, I'm gonna pick the weights. You do what you gotta do, right? Whatever feels right for you and feels best on your body and your goals. So let's finish with our Russian twist. And then we're gonna have a V up on our back. So that's gonna be some deep core work. Weights are not gonna be used for that second move. Again, weights are always optional. If you check any of my other workouts, a lot of weighted core work, right? A lot of weighted core because you're gonna get more definition. So if that's your goal, add the weights, right? It's also just more challenge for my athletes, my cyclists, my runners, any athlete adding a little bit of core, adding a little bit of intensity, making it more advanced. 4 more here. 3, 2, 1. Working on that nice rotation on my back, a little bit of obliques continued with our V-ups. So I'm gonna be on my back. I'm gonna exhale, reach to the middle, opposite hand and leg. The challenging part for this move, and I'll show you 2 options, it's not the up, it's the down. As my arms and legs come down, I need to keep my lower back planted. So in other words, I cannot arch my back when I come down. So really make sure that you are pressing that lower back firmly down, rib cages down. I like the head elevated. Exhale. Exhale. If this is a little bit too stressful on your back or your neck or whatever, you can again come into a little bit of that modified bicycle, right? The full extended version, harder. I need that lower back to be glued to the floor. I cannot emphasize that enough. Press that thing down. There should not even be a freaking millimeter, not even a fingernail of space. That means your abs are engaged, locked in. Get locked in right here. You want stronger abs, you want more defined abs, you want to have a more stable spine, you want to be more efficient in your sport, locked in right here. I cannot emphasize that enough. You don't need a lot of core work to become incredibly strong and stable here, right? This class, very short. Just do this, once or twice a week. Improve, increase your core strength. Will help you tremendously. So again, exhaling as we come up, keeping the lower back pressed down. First round, we've got 3 rounds. 3 moves, 3 rounds, that's it. If you really are having a little bit of a challenge, you could also just do the legs, right? Pressing that lower back down, focusing on that. Exhale, reach. Our last move is a hold. And then at the end of that hold, we're fluttering the legs out. That's challenging, I will show you. So you've got a hollow body hold, and then you're gonna kick those legs out for 10 counts. So pretty challenging. Finishing up here in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Last move, spicy. 30-second hold, hollow body hold, and then quick kick the legs out. Quick kick the arms and legs out if you can for 10 counts. Really quick, right? So hollow body hold, 3 versions. Level 1 is here, kind of your Pilates position. Level 2, level 3, and then you're gonna kick. If you are here, guess what? Your lower back needs to be glued down the whole time. So it's challenging, right? So pick your level. Let's start off in 3, in 2, and 1, lift. 30-second hold, which is challenging enough. And then just to make it even more torture, guess what? You gotta kick the legs out. Keep holding. Almost done. Challenging, 30 seconds. I usually just have people do 30 seconds, but now I'm adding the kick in 3, in 2, and 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, feel the burn, 5, 4, keep that lower back down, 3, 2, 1, rock yourself up into seated. Guess what? Russian twist, we're back at it, no breaks. We got a lot to cover in a short amount of time. Be efficient, lock in the position, locked in, back is engaged, crown of the head to the ceiling, abs are braced, sitting up nice and tall. I'm not sitting on my tailbone, I'm here. And then you add that Russian twist, let's do it. Round 2. Stay focused, what is your intention? Obliques. Biggest one that I have to cue for myself, again, nobody's perfect, right? I would love if I was, but we're not, right? So again, sometimes I'm not paying attention. I'm losing a little bit of that rotation. Get those obliques fully engaged. You want to get the most out of your obliques? Rotate more, right? It's not just about this. I don't know what this is, right? So really do the full movement. So a lot of times, myself included, we're doing our core work and we're kind of just spacing out. We're on our phone. You see people at the gym, I don't know what they're doing when they're doing their core work, right? Be intentional. This is the one exercise, your core, where you should be the most intentional, right? These are the smallest muscles. This is about stability. It's about mobility. It's about form. It's about being efficient, deep core. You really need to pay attention. So just, you can space out for the rest of the workout, right? This is also where you can hurt yourself, right? Putting that lower back on a lot of strain. So as a PT, pay attention. If your form's getting sloppy, stop. Let's do a few more here. And we've got those V-ups next in 3, in 2, and 1. I've gotten injured before myself, right? Happens to everybody. Pay attention. That's the name of the game. Stop when you're feeling fatigued, right? Before you get to that. Bracing here, lower back. On the exhale, pressing down. Rib cage comes down, locked into place. This does not move as my arms and legs go down. Another thing I get a lot from my clients is that the neck starts to get sore and fatigued. So you've got 3 options. 1, keep the head down, obviously. 2, strengthen your neck. These are muscles too. Tuck the chin in and actively work on that chin tuck. That's going to stabilize your head a little bit better, prevent your neck from getting strained. Tuck your chin in. Again, crown of the head to the ceiling. In this case, it's crown of the head to the wall, but it's the same thing. Posture, lining up, tuck the chin in. 3rd is just have the hands supporting the head, right? Other cues, if the neck is getting really fatigued, is tuck the chin in and then push your head back into your hands. That's going to take a little bit of the pressure off of those littler neck muscles. So actively push the head back, right? So you got options, basically. I like to have the head elevated for this one, but totally up to you, right? You can also just come into this and this. We've got our hollow hold next. Last few here. In 3, in 2, and 1. Hollow body hold, 30 seconds, and then flutter. Challenging, don't lose it here. In 3, in 2, 1. Exhale, lift. The higher you go, the easier it is, right? I want you to find that position. Again, if you've got a bigger leg, this is also harder. Where can you go and still maintain that lower back press down? This is advanced, right? So you got to figure out which one works for you. Keep holding. Keep holding, less than 10 seconds. Then we got that little kick. In 3, 2, kick it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, tuck the chin in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. I see the finish line. Find that position, form back is engaged. Squeeze crown of the head to the ceiling, sitting up nice and tall. Weights optional or legs elevated, right? Up to you. Last round. Again, focusing on sitting up nice and tall. We'll finish with a little bit of stretching at the end. Again, mobility and strength. I call this core class, but it's really more than core class, right? A little bit of flexibility, a little bit of yoga, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. The meat of the workout is this, but we're just adding a little bit of flexibility, a little bit of mobility. We need our spine to be supple. We need our joints to move. We don't, just a lot of my athletes especially, maybe could use a little bit more stretching, maybe a little bit more mobility work. Finishing up, last few here, last round. Maintain that form. Last few. In 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. On your back. I think we're done with weights now. All right, we're done with those. Great. Nice way to get in some upper body work as well, right? Always add the weights. Why not, right? Get some stronger shoulders. Add the weights. Pressing down. Lower back is pressing down to the mat. It never leaves. It's glued. Literally super glued. Again, a lot of these moves, I'm going to be honest, if you're a bigger athlete, if you've got a heavier, meatier, stronger leg, this is more work. This is easy for me. I'm pretty small, right? If you've got a heavier leg, imagine you have to stabilize it here. It's a lot more weight. So core work, some of this stuff can be more challenging for you if you're just a bigger athlete, a bigger person, whatever. So the way I do it may not be the way you do it, etc. Right? And some of that's just body type, sports, prior injuries, whatever, right? That's okay. Finishing up. Have some grace with yourself and just really work on what's best for your body, right? Some of these moves may not be the best for you, so modify, please. Last few here. Exhale up. In 4. In 3. In 2. In 1. Last hollow body hold. Let's make this one perfect. Let's make it spectacular. Really locked into this core. Your best one yet. Let's start in 3. In 2. Lift, hold, last 30-second hold. And then we're going to kick it out. My abs are tired. I did some ab work yesterday. I am feeling it today. And good tired, right? That's what I want people to feel, is that good soreness, not pain, but that like work, that feeling of work. Almost done, 10 seconds. Tuck the chin. In 5, 4, 3, 2, kick it out, finish strong. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. We are done with the hard work. Reach to opposite ends of the room. Get some length. Lengthen, just like we started off class. Elongate your spine. Lengthen traction. Increase the space between those vertebrae. Lengthen. Release tension. Hug your knees into your chest when you're ready. Let's cool it down. Let's stretch. Any stretches that you have that feel good, now is your chance. I'm just your guide. This is your class. It's always your class. Whatever class, whatever person you're taking, this is yours. Modify as needed for you. Rock side to side. Just give your lower back a nice little massage. This should just feel really nice. All of this stuff should feel nice, right? Slow down the breath. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale out through the mouth. Reset your nervous system. Release tension. Let that left leg extend long. Shake it out. Let it go. A lot of little leggy stuff with our core work today, so let it go. Release it. Hug that right knee into your chest. Roll the ankles and the toes around, little circles. Get those feet healthy, happy feet. Our feet need to be with us the rest of life. Keep them strong, keep them flexible, healthy. Move them around. Bring that knee into your chest. Give it a couple little hip circles here. Just opening up that hip joint. Anything else that feels good, you want to add it in, go for it. Now's your chance. And then when you're ready, left hand, bring that right knee across your body. Find that position that feels like a good stretch on you. Now, if your back is pressing down and you just bring the knee across, it can be more like glutes, maybe IT bend. If you want to get more into the lower back and that feels good, then you're just going to rotate more off the mat, right? Up to you. Open that right arm out at about a 45-degree angle. Get a nice stretch with the rib cage, chest, shoulders. Head goes wherever it feels comfortable. Release tension in the neck. If your neck is tired from all that core work, let it go. Slow down the breath. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale it out through the mouth. Calm your mind. Relax. Release tension. Let it go. The hard work is done. When you're ready, come back to center, figure four, stretch. I do a very similar flexibility, mobility cool down every class. Why? Because you don't need to do complicated stuff to get the job done. Keep it simple, guys. Get a routine that's working for you. Keep it simple, repeatable. Maybe you mix and match a little bit here and there, but consistency, consistency. Whether you want more defined abs, more flexibility, better nutrition, faster running, by consistency. Keep it going. I do this class every week. Keep it going. Reaching through for thread the needle, if this feels good, a little deeper hip opener here. Who doesn't love this stretch? I know I do, right? You can always do pigeon pose. If this doesn't feel great, you can also just hug the knee to the chest. Tons of options. You can also foam roll, right? I don't really do that in this class a lot, but you can't get yourself into these twisty positions. Roll it out. Get on that roller. Roll out your glute. Roll out your quad. Roll out your lower back. You can do all that. Last breaths here. Roll the shoulders. I have all of this on different playlists. Foam roll, low back, stretching. Check them out. Subscribe to the channel. You will see all of those, including my PT tips. When you're ready, unwrap that right leg. Shake it out. Let it go. Hug that left knee in. Give it a good squeeze. Roll the ankles and toes again. Love my feet. Got to keep those feet healthy, right? A lot of us got those stiff toes, stiff ankles. Work them out, man. They're just going to get stiffer as you get older, so keep that flexibility. Roll that hip around. Same thing. You got tight hips. Guess what? They're only going to get tighter as you get older. Work on it, right? A couple minutes every week. Does not need to be crazy, right? If you've got an injury, talk to me about PT, that's different. But if you're just working on some flexibility, some mobility, just add this in. It's simple. Simple stuff, guys. Reach across the body, stretching out that glute, that hip, maybe off the mat, even more for that lower back, rotational, right? Spine needs rotation, flexion, extension, get all of it in. That's why yoga is kind of nice. I like to add it in, open that left arm out. That's why I have a yoga certification. Why? Because it's nice stuff, right? Nice to add in, get a little bit of mobility, breath work, core work. Nice add on to whatever else you do in life, even if that's walking, swimming, running, biking, hiking, whatever. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Release tension, let it go. Almost done here. We've really just got one more move. Come back to center, figure four. We're gonna finish in seated, and then that's it for today. We are basically done. Reach through for thread the needle. Finish up on this left side, hip opener. Tons of other options. I love my figure four stretch. I love this one. I do it basically every class because it feels good to me. Selfishly, it feels good for my hips. So you guys get to do it too. Hope you enjoy it. Roll the shoulders, release tension. Pull them down the back. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it down. One more breath here. Slow inhale. Fill the belly, hold it. Exhale it out. Take your time. Unwrap that left leg. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Gently come into seated. Roll onto your side. Meet me in seated. We are done with class. Last little quick stretch here. Sitting up nice and tall, however you want. Does not need to be cross-legged. Let's just focus on crown of the head to the ceiling. Remember that posture through the rest of your day. Ears over shoulders, crown of the head to the ceiling. That's my tip to you. Take that with you. Not here. Here. Engaged. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale it out one more time, and then that is it for today. Inhale, reach to the sky. Thank you so much for coming. Subscribe to the channel. Join me next class. Hope you get something good out of class. I will see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your body. See you next time, guys.